41 degrees, 25 minutes north latitude. 75 degrees, 40 minutes west longitude. 750 feet above sea level. Incorporated in 1866. Bellevue, Bull's Head, East Mountain, The Flats, Green Ridge, The Hill Section, Hyde Park, Minooka, Nativity, Petersburg, Pinebrook, The Plot, Providence, Trips Park, West Mountain, and the rest. Behold, Scranton.
Well, here we are. This is what you've been waiting for. The nerve center, where all the action happens. The history lab. Now, we know that out there you have many questions. Questions like, who are we? Where did we come from? Where are we going? What was that? Where did I put it? Etc. Well, we've got all the answers. To begin our journey of answers and history, we have to go back in time. But we have to go back a little further than the Connors administration. We have to go back even further than the Powderly administration. We have to go back further than the Scrantons themselves. Further than the Trips? Yes. How far back? All the way to the time of the dinosaurs. Yes. You might be saying, Leonard, how could you possibly do that? Well, we here at Behold Scranton have invented a little gadget that helps us travel through time. I'm going to put it together right now. Joan? Thanks, Joan. Well, here it is. This is the amazing machine of which I was speaking. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Scrantron 5000. Yes, this machine here allows us to, in a way, travel through time. Yes. You see, the way it works is you can look into this ocular receptor here and you can see anything you want in history. It's true. But where it gets even more exciting is right here, this vocal receptor. This actually lets us interact with the past. We can ask questions. We can converse. It's neat. And I don't know how it works exactly. You'd have to ask Joan over there. She's the technical whiz behind the camera. But I do know that the scientists told me everything really comes down to this wonderful tape. If you can see it there. That says 66 million years ago, dinosaurs. And that's our address. That's where we want to go. So I'm just going to put that back in there. It's amazing that they can craft this. Now, here we go, Joan. I'm going to get into place. Let's see. Tape. In. Volume. Up. Speakers in place. Disc. Spun. Engines. Oh. Warming up. Chair. Pulled. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready to go back in time. Oh, it's bright. Oh my. It's nothing. John. Oh, I can't see anything yet. It's slowly coming into focus. Something is coming in. I'm going to try to focus. I'm going to try to. That's not doing it. I don't know what that does. Maybe the disc. Joan, do you know where this is? Wait a minute. Oh, that's doing something. Yep, that's it right there. It's coming in. It's coming in clear. Oh. Prehistoric swamp. I see some prehistoric ferns and such, but I do not see any dinosaurs. I'm looking. Nope. Oh! What was that? Oh! There it is again. Oh! It's getting closer and it sounds very big.
Hi.
Oh! A dinosaur.
Sorry about all the stomping around. I like to act like a big man sometimes.
Hi. My name is Leonard.
Hold on, I'm having a hard time hearing you. I'm gonna come closer to you, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. He's coming forward.
Okay.
My name is Leonard Katekeski. And what is your name, dinosaur?
Kevin.
Oh. It's Kevin. Kevin the dinosaur. Okay.
Right here is my house. You see over there is a stick, and back there's the nest where I sleep, and these are the rocks.
Kevin, we are from the future, from a city called Scranton.
I know.
What?
I know, Scranton, Pennsylvania, USA.
How?
2012, right? I learned all about it.
Oh, you've talked to somebody from the future before.
A lady in a purple kitten sweatshirt.
Oh. Joan. Well, I guess she had to test out the equipment somehow.
So you want me to, show you around, give you the tour?
Oh, yes. Please, show us around.
Well, all these ferns and plants and everything you see here, someday they're going to be compacted down into anthracite. Why, maybe even my decomposing body someday will be used to make a train go really fast, huh?
That's right, Kevin. Let's not forget that anthracite coal, the hard, clean-burning coal, is found all throughout northeastern Pennsylvania and, of course,
Lenny?
Scranton.
Lenny, who's giving the tour here?
I'm sorry, Kevin.
It's okay. I wrote a little song about it. It goes like this. Prehistoric plants and animals die. They turn into coal. Well, I guess that's all I got. I guess what I'm trying to say is this. I think everything's connected. All these plants are going to become anthracite, and then somebody's going to mine the anthracite years later, and he's going to have a wife from a foreign country that works in a garment factory, and then they're going to have grandkids someday that work in the mall, and they're going to meet somebody in the food court, and then they're going to have babies, and all of this is going to happen in Scranton.
Oh. Now that is history.
Well, if you like that, I've got a couple other things
Who is that?
Oh, that's my stupid brother, Gary. He's an idiot. Oh, Gary, get out of the tree. Gary, get out of the tree.
Gary.
Good for you.
That little dinosaur was just too excited.
Sorry about that, Lenny. He can be a real spaz.
Well, Kevin, I noticed you seem to be a stegosaurus of some type, and he seems to be more of a Dimetrodon, if my phraseology is right there.
You got a problem with that?
Gary.
Oh, no. No. I have no problem with that at all. Oh, boy, I didn't mean to offend.
It's okay. How about this? We'll play a game. You name something in Scranton, and I'll show you where it is here in my swamp.
Oh, that would be great. Could you tell us where the Coney Island, Texas Wieners will be? I'd like to see that.
Which one?
Oh, well, either one will do, the bridge or the one on Lackawanna Avenue. They're only a block apart, so I can't imagine it's too great a distance in location, I guess.
Well, let's see. Chamberlain someday is going to be about 500 feet to my left. So,
Gary.
Oh, hey.
Gary.
Look who's back.
Gary, it's me. Gary.
Gary's back.
Gary.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
Gary.
get
No,
down from there.
Gary, you can't come
Don't touch
close.
that, Gary.
Listen to your brother, Gary.
Gary is very
No,
fragile.
that's...
You can't break that.
Okay, Gary,
John's gonna be mad.
Gary, be careful. It's very delicate. Gary, you have to... Gary broke the signal. But wasn't that one of the most amazing things you have ever seen? We traveled through time to talk to a dinosaur. Where else can you see that but in the history lab? Now you give me a minute to clean up the Scrantron 5000 here, and I'll meet you in a bit. Well, we got the Scrantron 5000 all put away, but you may have noticed we've got a little friend here. That's right. It's Kiki, the History Lab cat. Kiki loves Scrantonian history, but more than that, she loves food. And we're going to go feed her now before she gets cranky. I also have to get myself some tea. Because normally I do not talk this much. But while we're doing that, Kiki and I have a special treat for you.
our own superhero here in Scranton, RANTO 50. That's right. You can't spell Scranton without RANTO, right, Kiki? Right. Well, he has a special film for us, all about the Native American cultures that once thrived here in the Scranton area.
Hello, I'm RANTO 50. You might know me as the resident animatronic neo-transportational Omni-Man 50, RANTO 50. But today I'm wearing a different hat to help out my good friend Leonard Katekeski. Now, I'm the regional anthropological narrative transmogrifier of the olden days 50, RANTO 50. That's right, today I'm here to tell you in a brief amount of time the entire Native American experience in the Scranton area. Let's get right to it. 1608. This is the year that Captain John Smith of the Jamestown settlement met for the first time what he called the Susquahannock Indians. Why do I mention this? Well, you see, the Susquahannock were a very powerful tribe with a large area of control, all the way up the Susquehanna River to lower state New York. So, it's a fair bet to guess that some of that tribe might have been jumping off the gorge in our own backyard here. I'm just kidding. It is estimated that the Susquehannock were in this area for several hundred years before the Europeans came over. But the 17th century would bring about their downfall. They were constantly at war with one particular tribe, and that tribe's power was growing.
Who are you?
We are the Iroquois.
We're here to take your land.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah!
Well, you're gonna have to fight us for it.
And fight they did. But it wasn't only the Iroquois that the Susquehannock had to deal with. There were always new colonists encroaching upon their land, and of course wave after wave of new European diseases. By 1675, the Susquehannock were all but wiped out, and by 1700 there were only 300 left. And then, in 1763, only 20 members of the Susquehannock tribe remained, and they were all converted Christians. But then a mob known as the Paxton Boys, who were enraged over atrocities made by other people in the Pontiac Uprising, marched into the town of Conestoga and killed the remaining Susquehannock. You might be thinking, RANTO, was that it? Was it just a wild place until the colonists took over? Oh, no. Can you say Lenape? That's right, Lenape. Lenape means the people, and Lenni Lenape means the original people. Their reasons for moving to northeastern Pennsylvania were far from pleasant. William Penn dealt with them very honorably and respected them. However, the people after him did not.
Hi, I'm from the Lenape.
Yeah, I can't say that. You guys are now the Delaware.
Yes, everyone referred to them as the Delaware because they lived along the banks of the Delaware River. But Delaware isn't even an Algonquin word. It's the name of a governor-general of Virginia, de la Warr. As more and more colonists moved into the lower Delaware Valley and into New Jersey, the Lenape were being pushed out. As the years went by, they were getting taken in more and more by the government. Here's an example of what it might look like.
Excuse me, Lenape Indians. I'm from Philadelphia, and Pennsylvania wants your land.
Sounds good to us.
The truth is, they did not take this line down. Especially when it came to the instance of the infamous walking purchase. The Six Nations called them to a special council in Philadelphia in 1742 to boldly reprimand them.
All right, Lenape, listen up. I've got something to say. Cousins, you ought to be taken by the hair of your head and shaken severely till you recover your senses and become sober. Our brother Onus's cause is very just and plain, and has intentions to preserve friendship. On the other hand, your cause is bad. We conquered you. We made women out of you. You know you are women. You have been furnished with clothes and meat and drink by the goods paid for it, and now you want it again like children as you are? Did you ever tell us that you sold this land in the dark? Did we ever receive any part, even the value of a pipe shank for it? We therefore assign you to two places, to go either to Wyoming or Shamokin. You may go to either of these places, and then we shall have you more under our eye. Remove away.
Well, they sure weren't going to Shamokin. Wyoming encompassed a very large area just south of Wilkes-Barre. So once again, groups of Lenape were forced to leave their own homes and head for northeastern Pennsylvania. So, did they leave any long-lasting effects? Well, for one thing, names. Can you say Capoose? Capoose was chief of the Munsee tribe. Munsee is a branch of the Lenape. Not too much is known about him, but he was well known enough to have an entire area called Capoose's Flats. What area is this? Why, it's home to Memorial Stadium. And Stalters. The only trace of this village that was ever found was a burial mound not too far above Providence. But over the years, all the artifacts that were dug up were lost. But you can still go through Scranton and find Munsee Avenue and House? 1778. It should be noted that Isaac Tripp, Timothy Keyes, and Solomon Hoxie, three important men who started the roots of what would become Scranton, were all murdered by various tribes who sided with the British. Mr. Tripp was shot in Wyoming, while Mr. Keyes and Mr. Hoxie were scalped in Clark's Summit. We don't have room in the budget for a fancy kidnapping or a battle, but please, feel free to use your imagination. Once again, the Lenape were on the move, this time going far out west. They eventually settled in Oklahoma and Canada, and the Lenape tribe thrives to this day. Well, there you have it. A brief look at the Native American history of the Scranton area. I hope you enjoyed it like I did. And if you are interested in learning more, go on down to the reference section of your local library. Have a ball. Have a good night.
Thank you, RANTO 50, and all the actors who portrayed various people in those reenactments, teaching us a bit of history I'm sure most of us never knew. Now, we've seen the prehistoric times. We've met the Lenape. Now, let's move on up to more modern times. It's a segment I'm sure you're going to love. It's called Where's Freddie?
Up the hill or down the plot, everybody's asking, where's Freddie?
Where am I? Where am I? Where am I?
you know? Minooka! That's right. Your old pal Freddie is here in Minooka. Just another beautiful section of Scranton. And I'm going to show you a couple, 2 or 3 things you never even know about Minooka. And a beautiful tour of Cedar Avenue and Colliery and Davis and all of them. So get ready, get set. Here we go. I guess we'll start here. We're in Billy Barrett Park. No one's playing tennis. They're probably all over there at the AC fields having a baseball game or something. Let's go check it out.
Okay, here we are, driving down Bernie Avenue in Minooka. Now that name, Minooka, kinda odd, right? So where does the name Minooka come from? Well, I thought you'd never ask. So here it goes. First, I'm going to tell you the story, the theory that, a local might tell you because they don't know, but they haven't talked to Freddie yet. It goes like this. Oh, did you see down there? That was Diskin's. That's a nice bar. Now, it goes like this. There was this guy, his name was Captain... Oh, look at that. There goes Joyce's. I've been in there a time or two. There was this guy, his name was Captain Carr, and Castaldi's. If you got a birthday coming up, go to Castaldi's. This guy, his name is Captain Carr, and he owned property down by the 20th Ward. And this guy had a niece, and this niece had a friend from a local tribe, the Muncie tribe, I guess, and this girl's name was Minooka. And, wait, look, that used to be judges, used to be. But anyway, they say this girl's name was Minooka, and everybody just said, oh, that's great. But I've never seen any proof of that, so I don't believe it. Oh, look, Stangies, they got Texas wieners there. They're really good. Wait, what was I saying?
Hi! Here we are at the Chuck Matai interchange, which is very well labeled. If you've ever been up here, there must be 19 signs for it. Anyway, here at the Chuck Matai interchange, I'm going to show you exactly a little bit of how big Minooka used to be. You see, Minooka started out as a part of Lackawanna Township in 1792. Now, how far did Lackawanna Township spread? Well, I'm going to tell you. Hold on. It went from the borders of what was Scranton at the time, which was Providence, and went down to Pittston. Okay, that makes sense, right? Okay, then up there, behind Montage, it went up to Springbrook. Okay, that makes sense. And then, get ready for this. It went all the way up to Tunkhannock. What? That's too big. But I guess there was not too many people going around then, so, it made sense then. So, Anyway, it kind of broke down after that. In 1839, the borders shrank a little bit. And then it was just part of Lackawanna Township was like, over there they got music, and down there, remember, they got Taylor, It's a big truck. I don't know what's in it. Anyway, it went music, and then Taylor, and a couple other little things, and they all started becoming their own boroughs. So, and then Minooka was left until a certain day. But I'm going to tell you about that later.
Okay, now, without interruption, I am going to give you my theory on why Minooka is Minooka and what it means. Now, out in Illinois, they got a Minooka. Did you know that? Yeah. But they got their name from a Powhatan tribe, which is a tribe out there, and they speak a form of Algonquin. And if you remember, our buddy Ranto told us that the Lenape, and more specifically the Muncie tribes around here, also spoke Algonquin. And out there, their word, Minooka, means a high place or high point, a hill, essentially. Now look at Minooka. Is that not a hill? You're up on high here. You're coming down hills. You go past Susie's and Minooka pastry shop. You get your punchki and you walk downhill. You're high up. Now wait a minute. We're going too far downhill. Now look where we're going. We're going into music. No, come on. I don't want to go to music. Come on. No, turn around. Go to Turkey Hill. We'll grab a nice tea. I got to wash these windows too.
Look at that. Huh? I'm here on Ham Court in Minooka, and I'm looking at this. And this doesn't look like much fun. But at one time, back in 1906, this was a raceway, a horse raceway, for the horses. It was called the driving park. And all but the Minookians would come down here and they'd bet on the ponies, But now we got that. And that's fine, but it ain't no driving park. Ham Cart. Huh?
So, what other names did Minooka have before it was Minooka? Well, it was known as the village of Glen Newman, Corey Hollow, Davis's Patch, and Needham's Patch. But the post office, get this, in 1890, called this place Capoosa, just like Capoosa's Flats down the hill there in Scranton. What do you know?
Baseball. Now, Minooka had its own baseball team at one point. It was called the Minooka Blues. But, get this, they had 6 guys go to the pros at one time. How about that? And 4 of them were from one family, the O'Neill family. And Steve O'Neill later went on to manage the Detroit Tigers. But, this is the part I like. 2 of the brothers played for the St. Louis Cardinals, and apparently they were pitching and catching and would confound the batters by speaking in Gaelic. Reportedly. There's no video of that, but I trust it. Minooka Blues. AC Fields. This is St. Joe's Cemetery. Now, I'm not entirely certain, but I got a pretty good feeling that some of the people that are buried in here, God rest their souls, took part in a very important election in Minooka's history back in 1949. Now, you remember I said that Minooka was part of Lackawanna Township, and by 1949, it was all that was left of Lackawanna Township. So Scranton, they've always been good friends. Scranton goes up to Minooka. He's like, "Hey, Minooka, you wanna join us? We like you. Our neighbors to the south here. You've always been nice." And Minooka's like, "Why don't we put it to a vote?" And so Scranton said, yeah, 19,000 in favor versus 8,000 not in favor. Minooka, though, oh boy, Minooka, 425 against joining Scranton. 429 in favor. 4 votes! 4 people changed the course of Minooka history, and they may be over there. Thank you! Thanks to those 4 people, Scranton's all the more better. We love Minooka.
We also have places to bury the Greeks, the Polish, and the Italians.
So, some of you might be saying to yourself, "Freddie, how come you didn't go and mention, like, the Dunkin' Donuts or the Wendy's and all them things up there on Davis Street?" Well, you want to know why? Because every place has a Dunkin' Donuts or a Wendy's. But not every place has a Castaldi's. But you know who does? Minooka. That's Minooka. Thanks a lot.
Up the hill or down the plot, everybody's asking, "Where's Freddie?"
That Freddie. He was in Minooka. Well, that about does it for us here. We hope that you enjoyed yourself and that you learned something. I would like to thank everybody who helped out today. RANTO 50, Kiki, the actors, and of course the wonderful but camera shy Joan. Tune in next time when you'll learn what this is. You got me. I know it's downtown in Wyoming Avenue, but what does it do? Well, until next time, I'm Leonard Katekeski, and remember, it's always fun to behold Scranton.